France is shaking, the West is panicking, and one African alliance might just change everything. President Tiani just exposed the game. And guess who is at the center of it all? Captain Ibrahim Traoré. If you're not watching the Sahel, you're missing the biggest power shift of our generation. Welcome to African Pulse News, your reliable platform for real, up-to-date stories from across the continent. If you're joining us for the first time, don't hesitate to subscribe, like, and share this video. Your support keeps our voice strong and independent. Disclaimer: this video is based on credible public sources, official statements, and verified online content. It is intended for educational, analytic, and informational purposes only. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations across Africa. And as always, we invite you to engage with us in our comment section respectfully. Let us keep the conversation meaningful and constructive. Now to today's headline. In a live national broadcast, Niger's President General Abdurrahman Tiani didn't hold back. He laid out what many are now calling a manifesto for African sovereignty. According to Tiani, France, the European Union, and yes, even the United States are working together to undermine the new alliance of Sahel states, AES, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Why? Because AES is refusing to bow to colonial influence. They are building something different, a self-reliant African future. Tiani claims the West is terrified because if this new alliance succeeds, it could spark a domino effect across the continent. More countries could rise up. And that's the nightmare scenario for Western powers who have relied on African resources for generations. And guess who's at the center of this nightmare? Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's leader and rising Pan-African icon. Tiani says the West fears Traoré the most because he's young, he's bold, and he's not afraid to confront foreign interests head-on. His influence, it spreads like wildfire, inspiring a new generation of leaders who aren't playing by old rules. Tiani didn't stop there. He highlighted the deep contradiction of Africa, a continent overflown with gold, oil, uranium, but still home to some of the poorest people on earth. Why? Tiani blames it on decades of exploitation, manipulation, and what he boldly called imperialist schemes. He also dropped a bombshell. Niger has hosted over 1,000 US troops and a massive drone base, Air Base 201. But during its operation, insecurity increased. His question: how can insecurity thrive under the world's most advanced surveillance? In 2023, he expelled US forces. In 2024, the base was also shut down. Then came another bold claim, accusing certain humanitarian organizations like the Red Cross of funding armed groups. As a result, he closed their local offices. Not every NGO is what they seem, he warned. Then came Emmanuel Macron. Tiani quoted Macron dismissing African voices, insisting France alone decides its relationship with Niger. Macron's aggressive stance, Tiani urged, shows that the real war is about resources and control, not democracy. Uranium from Niger has powered France for 50 plus years, while ordinary Nigerians have suffered poverty, displacement. According to Tiani, it's not just France, it's a united front of Western powers, masking economic interest under the disguise of diplomacy and aid. He says the West wants to stop AES not because of values, but because of fear. Fear that the Africans are finally saying, we don't need permission to rise. The response online, very massive. Young Africans flooded social media, calling it a bold truth, a wake-up call, a rallying cry. And with Captain Traoré in the spotlight, the stakes feel even higher. As the Sahel crosses one of its most dangerous and powerful moments in modern history, the question is, are these leaders leading Africa to freedom or into a new storm? Will AES inspire the continent or ignite bigger conflicts? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Is the Sahel Alliance Africa's future, or is it being haunted by old empires in new clothes? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Africa Pulse News, because this conversation, it's just getting started.